Hi guys. This is CodeFilms. This is a 2023 welcome address. In the previous years, we had a lot of good films. I wouldn't want to do a recap of that, but if you have time, just kindly go through the catalog and take your time and look at what we did. No shortcuts to this directory. And in this year, we have a greater expectations and we have more interesting films that are coming out. I personally, my career has moved up. I've been challenged in the software engineering field and also in the software industry. I've seen my career move up, and later in the course of the year, gradually, hopefully, I'll share some certificates or some knowledge and other things I've learned on the job and also off the job, and also other tips and tricks that can help you with your career, not only that but also just for fun. So this is our 2023 welcome address. Welcome to the new year. I know we're in February and I'm giving a welcome address. Don't worry, it's something that exists because we are still in quarter one. We are not in the second quarter of the year. The year is still fresh, so we can still go ahead with our welcome address. And I would like to look at what we have from last year. So in 2022 we had the backlog, and we have the USSD app demo. There's a security part I haven't yet done, and it's close to 4 months now. I haven't shot a video from last year, and that's very bad of me because I didn't make time to shoot a video. That's the honest truth. And also I occupied myself with a lot of work and a lot of online learning and training, and my career has taken a different turn. As I've said earlier, I've had a great career shift. So that's also one of the reasons the backlog, but it's not a strong reason because I don't like giving excuses. I like to try and at least do something to get a result out. So at least 4 months, I had zero output of a film, which is not good. So I have this USSD app demo security that I have to demonstrate, and it's going to help me. So it's going to help all of us to have a good understanding of USSDs. And also we have the web resources. If you are following from last year, realize that we have these web resources. CodeFilms, we've been documenting for some time now with regards to APIs, web services, architectures, software, or the difference between presentation oriented applications and service oriented applications, SOS and POAs, and how we integrate between how I'm integrating an API or how I'm using an API for a kind of mechanism as to its normal usage of just request response. But this time I'm using it to solve a problem in a different way, as in form of messaging or communication. There's a software architecture concern, or software architecture messaging. We have software components, we have system architecture, scalability, a whole lot. I'll take my time and break down. It's part of the training I had from last year. That's something later in the year I hope to share some certificates or some learning path that I've passed through that has really helped me in my career. I'm not there yet, no. I'm still on one training and I'm hoping to finish it very soon. And I'm done with that. The films for this year will definitely increase. And if you follow me closely, you realize that my focus is more of backend and APIs, and so it's most of a backend developer. I choose to be on the backend side of things. I would like to migrate to front end because if you have a good backend and you don't really have a good front end, someone to really do something for you, you are going to have a big challenge. So so that's from last year. Web resources console app, the digital result distribution system. So for this year, I want to look at how to do technical programming. When I say doing technical programming, everybody can write code, but there's a level of writing code that involves some form of technical understanding of things. And I say that I'm not just saying go and build me a web application that just takes form data and sends it to a database. Or no, I'm talking about some form of ingenuity or challenging your engineering ingenuity. So whereby you know that property files are mostly used for defining constants, but this time around, how do you use a property file to cause unification of a service? You understand? That's an engineering way of using property files. You only have some well, you have forgotten the word to use, but you have just some keys you align yourself with application development. For example, is a project. A project is also the same as a service. When you are developing it, you're on a project. When it goes out of development and enters into UAT or production or pre-pilot, it's becoming a service. But when you are developing it, you are talking about software components and stuff. That directory you are working inside, or that folder you are working inside, is now going to turn into become a service. But in that folder, we have a standard that every application follows, especially if you are talking about monolithic applications or applications that have this brick and mortar way of development. When I say brick and mortar, layers, this layer has to be met, that layer has to be met, that layer has to be met. It's all software architecture. It's a big thing that I really want to focus on for this year. That's how to do technical programming. So help me God on this. I already have the course outline. I started documenting it from last year as I was working on the field, from the beginning of last year, different exposures and stuff, and way back I think 2 years ago too. Yeah, so it's a tall list, but in God I trust to get this done. Application security concerns, cross-cutting concerns. I've come to realize that it's not just about writing code. Sometimes you have to have some security in your pocket. When I say security, is something that you can't do away with. If you especially want to pick people's data, for example, you want to do merchant collection via a portal, there are some sensitive information you have to definitely encrypt, or you have to hide from it being exposed. And someone asks you who will come and rob you of such data. That's why you have to have security. You don't rely on trust. You rely on mechanisms and principles or policies or frameworks that have been set up. Never put trust in systems. You don't do trust. We do there are systems, there are principles, there are operations, there are controls. I like the word controls. Yeah, so there's something that we have to look at application security. It's a broad topic. Honestly, it's a field. I think it's a field on its own. Like if you're a developer and probably written code for some number of time or years, and you want to now branch into application security to probably venture into cyber security, it's a good start, because at least you've played with all the basics, or not even not basics, some advanced stuff of software development or engineering, which is enough for you to fully venture into application security, so that you just don't do normal software development, you do secured software development. So you follow a secure software development life cycle. I think this one is really lacking in some development, because it's to me it's quite tedious. You also have to, as you are developing, you're also thinking about security. So there's a trade-off between security and then and your ingenuity. So whereby you have to now think about not only delivering your software and saying it's working, but now involving security also inside. So it's a two-way. It's like a highway. Here on the highway, you have to be very careful when you're working with sensitive data, so you can't do away with it too. And then it makes your project also very bulky and challenging. You don't just look at the software side, I'll do this and do this and do that. Now you have to really incorporate security in everything you're doing. So we'll look at some cross-cutting concerns. It challenged me, like it was a challenge, but I'm gradually adapting to it. And we also have back-end development and the networking relationship. If you are a developer, a programmer, you've come to realize that you access most of your data from servers, and these servers have IPs, or they have locations. They are sitting on networks. You may think it's not really important, but trust you me, when you are faced with the challenge, you just have to know some networking. to know how to go around certain things, especially with the OSI or TCP/IP model. That's the basics you have to put in your pocket, just for the sake of, one is for the sake of application security understanding, and also for any form of development you come across. So we'll definitely look at that. I'll try my best and get the basics, or what you just need. I'm not going to do anything extensive because I'm also learning, and I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I enjoy it. The more I'm being challenged, the more I'm being exposed to certain things, the more I enjoy it. And also the more learning I do, the more I see that there's much more we can do, and more problems can be solved with software engineering. Yeah, so this is for this year. So that'll be it for our presentation for 2023. So without much ado, I'll start releasing films for this year. There's a special request, QR payment, and a friend has asked for a solution. Probably this solution was developed last year, but it's now that we are going to release the film. So watch out for this film later in the month of February. And then thank you guys for sticking around, and this year is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. So don't miss a month. If a month I haven't shared the video, guys, reach me out on the comment section or send me a mail. You understand? Keep me on my toes, because I can't always be learning and being exposed to systems or being challenged without coming to give other engineering ways of doing things. So this is our second year as CodeFilms. So thank you for being around, and you'll hear from me soon. Bye.